Hi my guitar friends, and welcome back to the channel. We've just seen the cinematic intro of this very beautiful, unique and thoughtfully designed guitar, the Donner Hush C. The music playing in the background was my original song, Yasmina, which I recorded using this guitar, just to give you an idea of how it sounds playing a melody. Now, let's get into the unboxing. I've purchased a Donner instrument in the past, and once again, opening the box felt a bit like unwrapping a gift. The packaging is very well done, and it comes with a nice selection of accessories that let you start playing right away, straight out of the box. Let's start with the two detachable support frames. They can be installed or removed in seconds and give the guitar a much more familiar and comfortable playing feel. Personally, I always keep the upper armrest attached, while I only use the lower frame when playing seated. We also get a pair of in-ear monitors with several sets of ear tips. There's a user manual covering everything you need to know about the instrument, a cleaning cloth to keep the guitar looking great, a standard guitar cable. In this bag we have a ready-to-use 9-volt battery, the truss rod adjustment tool with convenient access at the base of the neck, 3 nice guitar picks, and 3 of these little things, which I still need to figure out. We also get Donner's iconic seatbelt style guitar strap, along with a shoulder strap for carrying this very nice gig bag. The Hush C is incredibly compact, lightweight and easy to handle. According to the official specifications, it weighs 2.5 kilograms, but I must have gotten really lucky because with both support frames attached, mine weighs just 1.96. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you already know I'm a big fan of lightweight guitars. Alright, let's put everything back in the case. I'd like to thank Donner for sending it to me in exchange for an honest review. In just a moment, you'll hear a variety of musical examples and I'll share my detailed review of the guitar. As always, I'll be sharing both the things I like and anything I think could be improved. In the description, I'll leave an affiliate link if you already feel like you've fallen in love with this guitar, and you can also use the code BLUESMAN for a discount. Alright, now let's hear what it sounds like. Now that I've spent some time with the Hush C, I think I can give you a balanced overview of what I like, what could be improved, and who this guitar is really for. Let's start with the positives. Donner continues to impress me when it comes to packaging and presentation. The HLX500 came in a sturdy box with a beautiful illustration of the guitar, while the Hush C arrives in a package so compact that it's hard to believe there's actually a full-size guitar inside. Inside the box you'll find an excellent gig bag. The materials feel premium and it's very well designed. The overall accessory package is also very generous and immediately makes the instrument feel ready to use right out of the box. The sound is actually very good for an amplified nylon string guitar at this price point. You've already heard it in the audio examples, and I think Donner has done a respectable job here. That said, amplifying nylon strings is never easy. Over the years, I've owned a Godin Grand Concert and 2 Yamaha SLG200N guitars. And one thing I've learned is that getting a beautiful nylon string tone through electronics always requires some adaptation from the player. You need to learn how the instrument responds and understand its strengths. As for the guitar itself, I find it beautiful, well built and solid in the hands. The lower leg support has a tiny bit of movement if you really pay attention, but it's completely secure and never gave me any concerns while playing. One of the biggest strengths of the Hush C is undoubtedly its weight and portability. It's incredibly light, easy to handle, and comfortable to play on the couch, sitting down, or standing up. I've seen a few reviewers mention that their guitars arrived with relatively high action, but I must have been lucky because the setup on my unit is practically perfect. The action is low for a nylon string instrument, the frets feel exceptionally smooth, the intonation is good, and after the initial settling period, the guitar holds its tuning very well. And let's not forget the built-in tuner, which is accurate, easy to use, and always a welcome feature on an instrument like this. The headphone output is well powered, the included in-ear monitors sound surprisingly good, and there are thoughtful touches like automatic jack detection, which powers the guitar off when nothing is connected to help save battery life. As for the negatives, there are only a couple of things I'd point out. The first is the lack of built-in reverb. Even a simple reverb effect would have been a very welcome addition. Personally, I don't enjoy playing a nylon string guitar completely dry, especially through headphones. Fortunately, there are plenty of modern solutions available. In my case, I use a small headphone amp connected directly to the output jack, and that completely solves the problem for my main use case. The second issue concerns pull-offs on the high E string, which need a slightly lighter touch, as they don't always come through cleanly, possibly due to the relatively short fret ends. So, who is this guitar for? For me, a silent nylon string guitar is one of those instruments that always deserves a place in my collection. I had been without one for a while, and I genuinely missed having it available. Being able to practice at any hour without disturbing neighbors, family members, or anyone else around you is incredibly valuable. Some techniques and exercises simply aren't practical in an apartment with a traditional classical guitar. For all these reasons, I can confidently recommend this guitar to anyone who loves nylon strings, regardless of skill level, especially players who want the freedom to practice at any hour and take their instrument anywhere. I'd really like to thank Donner for sending this guitar to me in exchange for an honest review. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about the Hush C in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.